So today is day 9 of this grand adventure in terms of recording things. And I was struggling a little bit with it yesterday because I was like trying to figure out like why did I want to do this video series? Was I just kind of taking somebody else's lead, or is there a way that I can interface with it to get the most out of it I could possibly get? And yeah, I it wasn't sitting with me well. And so I was like, well, how can I get the most out of this? Because I'm all about trying to get something out of whatever experience. And was there any resistance there? And what I realized was I can talk about things all the time. Like I do it all the time if you know me in person. But for some reason, video, there's like a little bit of a block there. I'm like, oh, what should I say? I don't know. So I think there's work that needs to be done there, which is why I'm going to keep chugging right along in this project. Um, but I really, really resonate with writing. I wouldn't have ever identified myself as a good writer, but I feel like when I just open up a document or open up notes app on my phone or something and I just like let it rip, like the right thing comes and it helps me to reflect and make sense of a lot of things that happen. And that processing, that space of like reflecting and thinking about it is really powerful for me. And so, what I did today that was different than I've done in previous days is I just kind of started typing like about 5 or 10 minutes before I started recording, um, just to let it rip and see what came up for me. And then I will talk about those points, not so much from like a looking at my notes standpoint, but I think it like creates an environment for me to get my creative juices flowing, but also to be inspired and to like remember why I wanted to do this, which is to grow and to maybe be a little bit relatable for people. I also think being on camera is tricky because you want to like look good and you want to show your best self. But like, I also think part of the journey for me is showing up when I feel inspired to do these videos. And if I don't feel inspired, showing up anyway. And so some days I might like have just come from a workout. Some days I might have recently showered, which is today, which is nice. And I'm just going to have to be okay with that because in all reality, it matters what I think about me, not what everybody else thinks about me. I think I put too much weight on that latter part. So I also want to share that this morning I woke up and I felt so good. Like many months ago when I was doing 75 hard initially, I was like, man, everything feels like fire. I'm able to get after it. I'm able to think as soon as I get up. There's no brain fog. My brain is like bam, 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 bam. And this morning I felt that and I was like, why the heck do I feel so energized this morning? Do I feel so positive? Do I feel so um not gloomy? Like I was thinking back to the last 2 videos or 3 videos, and I feel like there was a little bit of air of me trying to be in that present mindset, in that positive mindset, but I was trying. And I feel like today it was just there. And so thinking back to what I did, I was like, okay, well, I don't think I did anything crazy. And then Ben said something like, well, you ate more fat yesterday. And please understand that this is my opinion, my thoughts on it. I'm not telling you to do this, nor am I a doctor, but I have done keto carnivore for a while now. And when I eat high fat, man, it unlocks something. My brain like moves at a different pace. It's like on a different level. There's no brain fog, but also it like unlocks this capacity in my brain that is just like I don't even know how to explain it. But I feel like I can get after whatever it is I want, no matter how hard it is, no matter how many hurdles I have to jump over. And my access to like deep intentional conversations about what it takes to live a good life or like to reach my highest potential, like that is like right there for the grabbing when I eat this way. And so, I mean, like, I love protein. I eat so much protein, but sometimes when I like pop over my protein threshold and I'm not being mindful of how much fat I consume, um, I just feel like it dampens my like mental capacity and I maybe slide a little bit towards the negative. Not from like a place of judgment. I just think like if this year is about trying to figure out how I thrive, then this is a truth I now know and need to operate under or around, right? It's not every day that this needs to happen, you know, like I think I can enjoy like this experience around food and this experience and like, you know, after 75 hard, maybe I'll have a drink. I don't know. But I feel like if most of the time I am eating like 70-30 fat to protein ratio or 65-35, I think that's my sweet spot. That's like brain power. So I wanted to say that because it like reminded me of this truth that I feel like I've awoken to many times before, but it just goes to show you that sometimes like you need to hear things like 50,000 times in order to really have it like impregnate into your being, for lack of better words. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, you know, like I think you show up, you keep taking in the things, and hopefully it changes you one day because you heard it at just the right moment that like allowed your consciousness to be like, tell me all the things. And now I'm going to take it in and become a better human because of it. But I mean, like I've listened to so many inspirational podcasts. I've listened to so many audiobooks. I've read so many books, but like sometimes I'm just not ripe and ready to kind of take it in and put it into my being. Um, and so I want to be clear. I don't think that's an excuse, taking in information and thinking like masquerading that it's growth. You have to do something about it. You have to reflect on it. You have to think about it. You have to figure out ways or actions to incorporate it into your life. But you also have to be ready for it. And I think taking in the information to just like build that confidence, build that awareness, like all of those are useful. Yeah. I also just have so much gratitude today, like from a genuine place. I think I said this yesterday in the video, but if I didn't, so I have this necklace. It's a Malabi necklace. Gwen, you also have one. I got it for our retreat, and there's 108 beads on it. And this morning, one of the first things I did was I said a gratitude for each one of these. And you know, I think that sounds like such a silly, superficial, maybe like time wasting activity, but dang, not only did it start my day out well, on top of my brain fire that's going on right now, but it just was such a genuine way to start the day. It was seated in happiness. It was seated in joy. It was seated in the things that I'm grateful for. And yes, some of them were like low hanging fruit. Like, I love the new trim in our bus. I love that Ben's sitting down and working, so that we can live the life that we're doing. I am grateful that I got to read. I'm grateful that my brain feels like it's on fire, in a good way. And so some of them were really easy. Some of them were like way more um, kind of deep and full. And yeah, I love that. I also am super grateful for Claire Bays, my coach. So she does like fitness, nutrition, mindset. She does all my workout plans. She is awesome. Okay, first off, I'm super inspired by her. But every Monday we have our coaching call, and yesterday we had the coaching call because it was Monday. And I show up even when I don't want to, but yesterday I did want to. And I always like email questions each week just so that if I can't be there, I can like watch the questions back. And it was such a great conversation. And like, I love the people in that group. I find them to be so inspiring. I find Claire to be super inspirational in all of those realms. And it just feels like they accept me as I am and value the contributions that I give to the group. And so, I feel like there's real power in being seen. And so that's one thing in the past 24 hours where I feel like I've been seen and being able to contribute in a useful way. But the second one was I went to the gratitude, my normal morning, great morning gratitude group, which you should consider coming to. And some people who were, we do breakout rooms, and some people in the breakout rooms can like share stuff in the bigger group when we come back. And we do 10 gratitudes, 10 affirmations, one high vibe habit. We didn't even get to the high vibe habit because our gratitudes and affirmations were so amazing. And one of the things I did at the beginning of my gratitude, because it just came to me, like it just came. I just said something I was grateful for genuinely for like the 3 other people in my group who I have been with at least once before in breakout rooms. And they shared that with the group, that it was just like something that no one had done before. And it meant so much to them. And I guess the reason why I'm sharing this is because I was almost brought to tears by this like genuine acknowledgement of how they felt seen in the words that I chose to express, that just came to me through me because I didn't stop them. And so I just have immense gratitude for that group and also for them. They're total rock stars. And also, sometimes I think we're all like individual people doing our own thing, living our own life. But like there are moments when our like life paths cross. Like for instance, I went to the gym, got an amazing upper body lift. Whoop. Thanks, Claire. And I like walk around the gym and I'm looking at people. Everyone's like listening to music. Love that for them. I'm also listening to music, but I always have one earbud out. And sometimes, and like no one's making eye contact with each other. And I'm thinking, like, oh my gosh, there are like 50 people in this Planet Fitness, and all of us are living like our own life. But in this moment, we are all in the same space. And I just think of what if we could make connections in every moment of our life. I'm not saying I like went up to somebody and was like, hey, want to talk about deep life stuff? No, I'm not like a creep in the wild, but also I have a little bit of resistance there because I like want to like walk up to somebody and be like, I love that outfit you're wearing or something. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll actually do it. And yeah, so I think like, how can you connect with someone without even expressing any words? Like, how can I be around people and radiate love and light so much they feel that? Maybe it's a smile, maybe it's me complimenting their outfit. But how do you do that, and what can it add to both my life and theirs? I was just thinking about that today. So, guys, I feel like this is my favorite video so far. I am like super proud of it. Yeah, I just like hope to let it rip every single day thereafter. I'm going to show up. I'm going to try to do it when I feel like I have something useful to share, but maybe some days I won't. Thank you so much for listening and watching and subscribing and being a supporter of me. I appreciate you so much. I'm sending so much love your way, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye.